What's going on YouTube? Chris here. Want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. We may even throw in Digibyte if I get some time at the end there. So those are the 3 to 4 we're going to be going over. But what I wanted to look at today, we've talked all about this yellow trend line, and that's what we're paying attention to yet again today. Yesterday's close, you can see how important this trend line is. We basically had a long leg doji off this trend line. So now we are still having that fight and indecision, and now what you're seeing is a short day candle that's taking place. And guys, why it's so important here that we bounce off this trend line and come back up here and try to get over $10,000 is because if we don't, all this is going to be is a little weak reaction on low volume, and then we're going to have another leg down. You guys know how this goes. So that's why we need more volume to come in so that we can have a nice strong bounce out of here. Even if we still set a lower high, come back down into this area, set a higher low, and then try to make that attempt at $10,500. We have to get over $10,500. It's so critical. As we've talked about, the lower highs in the macro sense have just been coming in over and over and over. And that's why it's so important for us that at this long leg doji now, we basically had tweezer bottoms as well, that we get a move and we get some follow through, because with that doji there, guys, it's dojis, what I've been reading about as I've studied them pretty in depth, they're more powerful for marking a top. So after you have one of those climax volume, just huge pumps, and then you see a doji, a long leg doji like this, that is better at identifying tops than what dojis are at identifying bottoms. In terms of bottoms for dojis, you want to wait for confirmation. So we'd wait to see where this candle closes today, and if we can close up above it on more volume, that's what's going to be really important for us. We need to continue to hold this 200 moving average on the 1 day time frame. This is all on the 1 day right now. We need to continue to hold this 50 moving average as well. But guys, when we have that heavier volume here, we don't want this to be the start now of a new downtrend that could go into the intermediate term, if that makes sense, because low volume reaction, then another high volume dump, then a low volume reaction. You can see it right over here. Each time when we tried to make that reaction, we had low volume. It's so important to pay attention to the volume. It'll tell you everything. So right now, guys, we truly are one of the most slippery places for Bitcoin in quite a while. I mean, there's just a lot. If we have a trend line break and we lose all those moving averages, all heck could break loose, and we could be looking at a capitulation dump like we had over here. I mean, that's just how this game works. Or we could find these tweezer bottoms like we had. We back tested our 200 moving average. We're still up above the trend line, and the whale steps in, and we go up there and try to challenge that 10,500. So this is just a tough spot. I can't tell you what's going to happen, but I'm going to continue to watch the price action here for Bitcoin. If we take a look at Bitcoin in trading view now, just to see how we're aligning ourselves. So overall for the summary, we have oscillators 1 sell, 2 buy, 8 neutral. Right there, overall buy, we have 6 sell, 9 neutral, a 13 buy. And then moving averages, we have a strong buy at 11 buy, 1 neutral, and 5 sell. So what's been good about Bitcoin, though, it has been outperforming the altcoins. It's still up above its 200 moving average, which is very important. In a lot of other coins, we've lost it. And then what's nice here, you can go into the 1 week, you can go in, to the 1 month, all different types of stuff, and it can kind of show you what's going on there. So that's Bitcoin, guys. You get some from that. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I appreciate y'all leaving comments down there, smiley faces, exclamation points, whatever, just to help out with the stream and the algorithm. It makes a big deal. So I thank you guys for that. So next, and I hope you get something from all this and you really learn something. That's what I want to really do in this space, help people. So what we're going to do next is go to Ethereum, and this is going to be at $189.46. Take a look here. So for Ethereum, we had our high volume dump. You can see the average volume here. We had our trend line break. We dumped heavy. This is the area that we want to find support off of. That's at $175. And that area is also at the 200 moving average as well as that 50. So you can see we wicked down. Same deal here. We had basically a long leg or a doji candle here, long leg doji, or mix between that and a normal size doji. And then we're waiting to see if we can get some high volume follow through, maybe a bullish engulfing candle, something like that would be important for us to try to get back up within that trend line. That's going to be very important for us to get back up in that trend line and continue to go up there and make those higher highs. We need to get up above, which is now going to act as resistance again, that $205. And that's why we talk about this. If you've been here for a while on the stream, you know that this area was resistance. We broke up through it, and then we talked about how important it was to turn that into support. And we did it for a little bit, but there wasn't a big conviction here, and then we ended up losing it. So now that is going to act as overhead resistance again, and that's why it's so important once you get up above those to turn them into strong supports and never look back, because now it's going to be even stronger resistance. But this is cryptocurrency, guys. A lot of times, you know, big moves like this can come in on a 5-minute candle, and we can be right back to the upside, testing that, you know, $215. But we need to get over 215. We need to get over that 204. We need to continue to hold support at $174. And if we take a look at indicators and we go into our stock RSI is overextended to the downside. We're at 3 and 12. Let's get into a couple indicators here, and then we'll take a look at our relative strength index. Relative strength index, we're at 48, so run a little more neutral. We're trying to get a little hook here, but we're just going to have to see what type of move we get out of here or reaction after that dump that we had. So, guys, that's going to be Ethereum. Let me know down low if you like me covering Ethereum. You get some from that. Smash that like button. It feels good. And then we're going to go into Litecoin as well. Take a look at that. Litecoin's at 42.28 right now. So as we're looking at Litecoin, RSI is at 43. We're looking to see if this was basically almost our tweezer bottom area here. Okay, so same deal. We had the doji, but we need that continued follow through, and we need more volume. I'm not impressed with this volume right now. It would have been something impressive if we had a candle like this, is what I was looking for today, like a bullish engulfing candle. So we're really going to have to see where that closes today. If we're going to close back up above the 50 moving average, you can see we tested it with that doji. Guys, this stuff, this is why I'm telling you, learn technical analysis, because it's textbook. Look at this, how we even went up today, tested it, or yesterday tested it and felled it out a little bit. This is what happens in these markets. And as you learn this right up here, how we came up, basically tested the 200, it acted as overhead resistance like you'd expect. So now we're trying to power back up and see if we can get up into those areas, if we can hold this somehow. That's what I'm saying. I mean, we've had a trend line break. We're below our 20, we're below our 50, we're below our 200. So right now the trend is down for Litecoin. And that's just where you do have to realize that. You know, we're also looking at this support area where we had this bullish engulfing candle right here, and that was right around $40. So psychologically, we also need to hold that area as well. And this all came on heavier volume. And if we take a look at trading view here for Litecoin, we are in the sell. Just, I mean, guys, that's what I'm saying. Just looking at this, I could tell that that would be more of a sell signal. Look at this summary. We have 16 sell, 9 neutral, 3 buy. Oscillators, 1 sell, 8 neutral, 2 buy. Moving averages, 15 sell, 1 neutral, 1 buy. So that's what I'm saying. As you continue to learn technical analysis, I don't really even need to look at this at all. I like to look at it after I've done everything. Like today, I haven't looked at it. I'm just looking at it with you all now. And I like to see how much my technical analysis aligns with what's going on with all these oscillators when they're all calculated in and everything. But right now, you know, the trend is down. Litecoin's best opportunity is for this to be tweezer bottoms, and we get a nice strong move out of here, and we close up above the 50-day moving average today. If that doesn't happen, you know, guys, it's all going to depend on Bitcoin as well. I truly believe that if Bitcoin starts blasting off to the upside, people are going to be looking at these coins that have been suppressed for quite a while, and they're going to say, okay, there's more opportunity to the upside in a coin like this. And I do believe money will start flowing back into Litecoin and Ethereum and some of these other coins as well. But that's if we get a move to the upside. We really need to start it right now. So, guys, that's going to be the RSI, and that's going to be Litecoin on the 1-day time frame there. And then we'll get into Digibyte. Take a look at this. If you're part of the Litecoin family there, let me know down low. And also tell me what you're doing with Litecoin. You know, guys, we could definitely get a bounce off here today and make a little move, but we just have to see it, and it has to come on more volume. Like I said, I'm not going to tell you that we're going to be going to the moon, because this chart right here doesn't look like it's going to the moon without some massive manipulation. That just is what it is. And that's the cryptocurrency space in the macro sense, guys. Macro sense. From our $20,000 top, we've been in a bear market. Yeah, we've had intermediate term swings to the upside, these reactions, but overall it's been basically almost 2.5 years of just a nasty, gnarly bear market. And that's why, and you know, not to get off on a rant here, but that's why you don't want anything to go straight up. Just like how Bitcoin went from $10,000 up to $20,000, doubled its price in the matter of 2 weeks. Wise traders would definitely know, okay, I'm going to be taking my profits here, because nothing does that. And there was no support that was built. And it was basically a complete bubble pop, and we're still dealing with it. So that's why you want things that, you know, make those higher highs and higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. It doesn't just go straight up. Because if something goes straight up, it's going to come straight back down. And we've learned that Bitcoin was at $20,000 and went all the way down to $3,000, and no one would have believed it when it was at $20,000. So anything can happen in this space, guys. Always remember that. And then let's take a look at Digibyte here. All right. So Digibyte's been, the stronger of all the coins. It's really been making a nice move here. What it's trying to do is find support off this 20 moving average. And this was the moving average we talked about and said we're probably going to be pulling back onto that. If you remember a few videos, it's because we started to gap away from the moving averages so much. And that's just a telltale sign that you're getting a little overextended. So we've put in our top here, and now what we're trying to do is set that higher low right off this area that we want to be support. Previous resistance, we broke out through it. We want it to be support and try to make that next move to the upside to where we could come up here and challenge that 0.02418 is what we'd have to get up above. And now it's just tough, guys. We have had a lot of selling volume. See how high this selling volume is here? So there are definitely traders who are taking profits now, and what's keeping the market held up is the hodlers, in my opinion, right now. So that's what we need to hold. We're going to call it support on Digibyte. 0.01670 is going to be the area we're going to need to hold. And then for resistance, we're going to look up at 0.02486 and just pay attention to this volume, because this volume is a little bit lower compared to what all this has been. And like I said, again, if we have just a little low volume reaction up into here, then guys, we may dump hard, and that's just what you have to be aware of. Okay, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that's definitely probabilities that you have to factor in. Remember, at this channel, upside, downside, sideways, we have a plan for everything, how this market moves. So RSI is 58.16 is what we're looking at there. So a little bit more neutral. We're trying to get a little hook here, see if we can move to the upside, but we need more volume. That's what I'm looking for, guys. So that's what I want to bring to you today. Didn't want to get too crazy, but you can see this uptrend started with those tweezer bottoms, super long tweezer bottoms that you rarely see. That's crazy right there. I mean, these wicks alone, guys, are over 20%, so that's just nuts. But that's the cryptocurrency space. That's the space we're in. So if you get something from this, let me know down low. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. God bless you all. And we were charting today off the one-day time frame, just so you know. Take care.